actually have our PL. It's a much harder game for Bane then.
Yeah, I agree. Those entity, they have the
Let me just do a quick look. Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. You are morons. That's the last thing I read. Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. Go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. I have 8 heroes in one game? I've had more than 8 heroes. I've had more than 2 heroes. Ah. You get fortification points. Adjacent to your city tiles. An army inside the city. Updated 2 years ago. Oh, no, 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 no. Stop, stop, stop. I built city, his army pulled up in boat, and my militia were all 1 HP. No fortification. Yeah, I did notice that. I didn't notice that it was a new change. When you build a city and you have 0 fortification, and then it slowly builds up. Ah, selecting a unit's design in a city's construction. Oh, selecting a unit design in a city's construction with the right or middle mouse button opens the unit designer. This is also, oh my god, this is kind of like click saving. Selecting the icon of a known living empire on the end turn panel with the right or middle button opens a diplomatic negotiation screen with that panel. Oh, with a known living empire at the end of capacity list icons are now colored depending on the capacity provider. Unit design, hero specific or item. Color coding can be configured. Unit design, hero specific or item. Resource stock and income value. The academy screen is sort of more sensible. Assimilation effects are now. It makes so you have to be careful of expansion, but also you can attack AI. Somebody was look. This is what I read over here. See, the fortification changing. With the ELCP, you get fortification points if you attack an enemy adjacent to your city tiles with an army inside the city. Without it, you only get the fortification. So if you attack an enemy that's adjacent to your city tiles, you get the fortification defense. When I had begun playing, I thought this would make defense plays overpowered and make it too hard to take cities. Actually playing with them and having more experience, I see that this was definitely a move in the right direction. As aggressive play is extremely strong even with this change, and taking cities was far too easy without it. I'd even argue in favor of increasing fortification for big city. But this is the expansion thing. Let me open the game and see. This is not what he's doing. This is not what you're talking about. This is not the expansion. That's a setting also in the game, I think. I'm playing with left hand, by the way, so I might be a little gandu. So it's weaker earlier and stronger later. It seems that way. Like you want to make sure the city is strong and make sure you're not just sending out settlers and expanding. I guess that's how.
I am anything.
See, capacity color class specific is white. Hero specific is dark blue. and grief his plans. Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed the AI doesn't really do that either. Like I started right in my last game. I started right next to an AI. Okay, Kapaku, and they expanded once, and then it was like back and forth. A lot of like I was trying to expand there and not like I was trying to stop him from expanding. I did peace with him, but then he got angry, and then he was giving me warning. He never did war on me though, even though I was like right up his ass. He never did war with me. I did war on him because I wanted his spot. It seemed very like smart, That's what I liked about it. This is the one you're talking about, right? Fortification. Gain the fortification and which retaliation and when retaliation damage is applied. As soon as one of the two main contenders is on a city tile, district or exploitation, the battle counts as a city battle, no matter who attacks. All contenders of the empire who owns the city. This weakens fortification for defending. Armies attacking city also suffer retaliation damage. I attacked AI settler, he ran and then just built right next to where I attacked. I had 4 stack. Then I got free city. Yeah, they send settlers like random. They do sell settlers, but then like I had AI like across the water. The wild walkers kept sending settler, and then they stopped. Then they sent army, and then settler. But by then it was too late. But they still did it. This is not what you're talking about, bro. This is like. This is for the new faction, Black Spotting. The AI, the way they fight is smarter. They go use movement to take city if they're not in range. Yeah. They do, definitely, dude. I'm telling you, in my solo game, he let me take the city. Taking the city was easy. I took the city. It wasn't like a strong city, but I took it. And then he started gathering his army, and he was like moving a bit farther, closer. I got a couple of his armies, but overall his military is way stronger, and he knew it. Like, and he just like the way he was gathering his forces before starting fighting, and like he saw my one army here, so he moved one army back. Saw one army close, so he moved another army close. It's very smart now compared to the old AI. I think it's a lot of change. It's a lot of changes, Army deeper, pulled my border forces, then attacked my border cities, and it fugged me. Weaker settlements. This one. Enabling this will weaken the defense of newly settled cities, rendering settlements not as invincible. All new cities have 0 fortification will regenerate as usual. Additionally, settlers created from raised cities will transfer 0 militia to a city settled by them. Militia growth per turn is limited to 1 for the first 3 turns after settling. So we can deselect this if we want to. It's basically to prevent that what would have happened to you. Like put the settler is vulnerable, alone, you just put the city down. Then it's hard for army to fight. Then they have to siege. Immediately they have to start a siege. Because if they fight, they lose the fight because they get fortification. Even militia gets fortification bonus. I think this is to prevent that. Also, I wanted to change the speed scale factor. When I'm playing single player, I think I can just do like double speed because The animations are kind of nice. I want to see them, But on normal, it's way too slow. Then bigger fights take so fucking long. What's happening in this? OG getting fugged. Allows the use of Steam Workshop more. The Academy screen is improved word generator for better custom map compatibility. New optional game features like a spectator mode or alternative take on the balancing of resources, anomalies, and villages. Alternative take on the balancing of resources, anomalies, and villages. Multiplayer only, oh. I learned a lot of shit like in the battle, top of the screen shows the initiative order so you know if your army is gonna get fucked or not by initiating. Yeah. But that's after you start the battle, right? Or are you talking about something else? There's also like these things, man. Like, see, if you fight Ukrans, they have sweep strike back 4, right? So you don't want to attack them, gather around them and attack them. They're gonna fuck you up. And if you have sweep strike back, you want to be attacked by melee units, or you want to be in the middle of like 5 guys. But the AI is good. They move the units around properly. It's not that easy, but yeah. Okrans, you can also toggle Okrans. Dumping method. What is he talking about? I guess it's this only. This I think we can do classic, man. I feel like because we are not good enough to take advantage of stockpiles anyways. This one seems like it's a balancing. I read it's a balancing change to prevent stockpiles which are apparently OP, but also don't build granary before winter. Yes, yeah. No, public granary you can build. You shouldn't build the other one, the seed storage. Public granary I don't think is affected by winter. Each turn is specific amount of the buffer to clear the count. The transferred amount is prevents instant development via treaty spam. Current buffer can be seen in the diplomacy screen. Yeah, this is something, this is like for advanced if you even know how to fuck. Because even when I'm losing really bad, I'm highest in diplomatic. Usually because I guess I'm talking to people and all that. Trying to get, peace. Don't fuck me up. The AI will actually try to move away from reinforcement locations. This one is the problem. I mean, it's good. It makes the AI harder, but also allows for less exploiting. I think you gotta fight early. I think you gotta control early at least. No, and by the way, you can fight without war also. You can fight in neutral locations. It depends on the faction also, right? You can fight in neutral locations. You can fight armies that come into your region. I do it all the time. You don't need war for that. Like if you want to take control of a neutral region that you want to settle into, you should take control of it with like army and all that and prevent them from coming. They're gonna get mad, but it's like what if you want it, you want it, right? Improve AI stacking and equipment choices. This one is also another. Improve Arkan management. AI is smarter about obtaining training and using. Improve AI cannot be exploited easily and will engage in trades on their own. I noticed this also. Rework resource market usage. AIs will buy what they need now, including stockpiles. Will no longer sell everything they can't use immediately. They used to do that, huh? Yeah, I feel like before the AI was very stupid, man. Like the difference is very clear. But what I'm the improved AI is definitely really good. What I want to know is about the balance changes. Made many special case improvements for cultist behavior in order to make them more competitive. Improve spying and tagging logic of the forgotten to prevent them falling behind so hard. Kopaku place the golem camp smartly and know how to use special industry boosters. Walter and Maikara can use their teleport. Draken make use of their force status. Diplomatic abilities. Roving clans may consider buying using privateers when they are rich enough. Reworked pillar and spell usage. Many transform oceans without fortress access to inland waters. Prevents AI spamming ships into small lakes. Luxury alchemist no longer increases. This is this is an ally change. This one I was reading about it. People were saying this is very strong. Luxury alchemist no longer increases the duration of stockpiles and infiltration. People said it's a bug, but I like they wasn't sure because it's a such a strong thing, and I never used it. I don't know how to use it, but there is a this is like fixed an endless siege bug. Also, sieges are no longer cancelled if a besieging army leaves the besieged city, but there are still others present. Okay, this is also good. Hovering over the end turn bar no longer reveals the score if score display is. Oh, you can change, dude. That's a good change. That's a good change. I think. I think this is pretty good. Uh, yeah. Yes. Next game we should do this, guys. Next game we should do this. Displays in-game information on empires only when infiltrated by a spy. Yeah, we should do this, dude. We should do this because it's kind of stupid to see. I think in the middle of the game how far you are, or how ahead you are, or how behind you are. Empire score should be partial. Displays in-game information on empires only when infiltrated by a spy. So if you want to know something, you should spy on them, or none. None is whatever. None. This I think the partial is more fun. If you want to know, you can spy. What do you think about that? Because I think that's a yeah, it's cheating. It's cheating. It's. I mean, it's the it was the default setting, so maybe it's not cheating, but it's kind of like it kind of ruins the mystery a little bit. I think It's like, oh, I'm so behind, man. Means you know you're gonna get fucked by the army instead of actually seeing. People do it, I think, so they don't want to play out if really behind. Yeah. Anyways, when you like, if you save the game and you leave, you get that information anyways. But the point is that it shouldn't be available so easily anytime you want to see. Oh, you want to see who's ahead. And being ahead also is like, you can still outmaneuver people. Like I know, in our game, Orange was more or less the same with you. He was like a little bit ahead, sometimes he was a little bit behind. But I think it's because you kept fighting him, you kept him in check. So, but you shouldn't be able to know that, oh yeah, he's kept being, I know for a fact that I'm fucking him because I can see the score, I can see the numbers. Wait, I just saw specialist array. That's kind of OP, man. Specialist array from Dragon Knight hit 2 targets and they put poison on all of them, huh? I don't know that works like that. Fixed and endless siege bug. A number of quest related bug fixes mainly for showstoppers where quests weren't solvable. Fix Fixed sacrifice population, not game. Players cannot decide if they have full ownership. Hovering over the end turn button, no, yeah. Joining a game via Steam invite no longer circumvents security and mod checks. The game respects the mod loading on them and loading the game. Balance. Forgotten dust opportunities was buffed, and the possible range of stolen dust is this is forgotten buff because apparently forgotten is very bad. It's very hard. It's very like they're very shit. Even like just to play, like if you're playing it against AI, also it's very shit. To my car, too many buffs to list also made peaceful play with them less limiting, as symbiosis traits can now be acquired peacefully with a special diplomatic city trait action. Okay. Ardent mages have their spells reworked. Stun only is no longer feasible. Urkins have been made considerably weaker in order to make them less of a must-have game winner. Okay. Yeah, I like this change too because I do feel I did read some people crying about Urkins and they're like even on the Steam reviews page, whatever the Urkins expansion was, I don't remember what it was, but people are crying about it, and it's like they're saying it's too OP. You spend the whole game fighting them, but it doesn't feel like that in now. So and they're still strong. I still like having them, but it doesn't feel like it's stupidly imbalanced. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Where's the Ukraine's one? I taking one that day. I tried taking one, remember? And that in our game, but I took one later. I took one by giving him the luxury resources he needs. It's strong, but it's not like game winning. Like I think the balance is good. It's good. It gives you a free region basically, but any army can come. A strong army can come and fuck you. Ah, Urkins were here. Yeah, mixed reviews. The new faction is cool but clunky, wildly underpowered, and dependent on Urkins. Much has been posted about them in under reviews because they are grossly underpowered. Urkins are incredibly overpowered. The game just becomes about them. Yeah. Only usable with the Endless Legend community patch. Broken Lords have an easier time doing quests, 10% cheaper population buyout, but Dust Bishops are generally improved. Underused governing skills got a balance pass. Underused governing skills / trees got a balance pass. Okay. That's from Heroes. Increase the influence cost of Cat's Paw for Fomorian armies by about 50%. This is a Morgwar change. Apparently it's super OP. Yeah, I'm glad this game has it. That is one thing in complaint I have about. By the way, that's why I wanted to remember when we started the game, and even when I was playing alone, we were playing with higher difficulty because in Civ, like normal difficulty and like couple of difficulties above that is just baby difficulty. It's like not even like remotely a challenge, even for a new player. So you have to play at like very high difficulties if you know how to play because the AI is still bad, but they cheat more, so it makes it kind of okay, but it still sucks. Which is true in Civ games. I've never not been at a risk of a Civ game in a Civ game, unlike in this game where I'm always at risk of losing or like sometimes I'm behind, sometimes I'm ahead. So that's because of the patch also. I think this ELCP. Increase the diplomatic, economic, and wonder. Oh, diplomatic, economic, wonder victory are harder to achieve. Victory warning appear earlier. Okay, that's good too, I guess. Oceans yield less strategic and luxury resources in the early game. Less fizzy overall, and many facilities got nerfed. Increased HP loss when retreating to 60%. Okay. Reduced damage and HP bonus of Simaru. Yeah. This is in the late game. Mercenary core freelance cards also now Now also reduce the buyout cost of mercenaries and heroes by 20%. Okay. Yeah, this is a talent tech tree thing. Increase the market value of stockpiles for buying and selling. Decrease construction costs of stockpiles across the board. Market ban cannot be used for 2 turns after removal. Okay, force truce cannot be used for 5 turns if a Draken has started the war. Pillaging is faster, but recovery time is also increased. This should make pillaging more worthwhile. Okay, before pillaging wasn't worthwhile. I feel like pillaging is pretty good now. Like it's worth pillaging. It's really, you get big rewards for just pillaging one small thing which takes like 1 turn. Introducing multiplicative stacking for production cost reduction and buyout cost reduction. This basically means that stacking these reductions gets less effective the more you do it. 100% reductions are no longer reachable. These are the kind of things that, these are the kind of things that fuck me, I think, more. This type of changes where it's like if you played a couple of games on normal and you're not a good player, like you're new like me, then you will not realize what's happening. You think you're playing bad, but actually you're just not exploiting the game, I guess, as much as it could be exploited. Units can only be sold in owned territories. Okay, the following thing can be confirmed. Remove the ability to conquer cities and fortresses of black spot victims with, yeah, okay. That's a more Guar change. Morguar can put black spot on someone where you get dust if you attack them. I guess before you could just attack them even if you didn't have war against them, but now you cannot. You can only attack their armies. OG's losing. Added a new rule set for diplomatic stockpiles are fused together when being upgraded. They are now buffed and transferred each turn instead of all at once. Also, one more thing I noticed, which is super good. If you look in the stockpiles screen, like where like over here on top when it shows the population and all that, below the food and the everything, you can just click. There's a button that appears if you have a stockpile. You can just click it to apply the stockpile. That's a really good change. Because when I was playing cultists and stockpiles are fucking important, you just fucking keep going back and selecting the same city. It takes like fucking 50 clicks. That was very annoying. Now you just click once and it's done. IDKY. Introducing a new rule set for yeah. And cities from settled that are raised cities are normally allows punishing greedy race strategies in multiplayer. Yeah, this is apparently OP. Some race strategy, something it does. I don't know what, like something raising. I don't know what it is, but I know that people, especially in competitive multiplayer, they do like raising something. They raise their cities or some shit. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I guess this is allows punishing greedy race strategies in multiplayer. Newly settled cities have no fortification, and cities from settlers out of race cities have introducing a new rule set for fortification. Implies allow for also increases the effectiveness of retaliation damage as it also now affects one attacking a city. You don't like the quest scrolling? Ah, I wish LG was better UI and labeling. Yeah, the quest scrolling is annoying, and the fact that you can't track more than one quest and it's always the wrong fucking quest that is very annoying. You have to keep going back to check it, right? I find that very annoying too. And like now there's so many quests and you just get quests out of nowhere. I think some quests just happen. You just get like 50 million quests. And you can't cancel the quest also, that would kind of be nice too if you could cancel them. Like you don't want to do them. If any one of G1 or B2 are either main attacker or main defender, G1, G2 or B1. G1, B1 or sorry, G1, G2 or B1. Yeah. The battle will be a city battle. G1 and the city militia will gain G1 and the city militia will gain the fortification bonus since they are on a register. Note: It doesn't matter if B1 has siege mode activated or not. No, 2. After battle, the city fortification will be reduced proportionally to the amount of armor units lost in the battle, as in vanilla. If B2 and G3 attack each other, it will not count as a city battle. I see. I see. So even sieging won't matter. It's good for defending, I guess. I'm not sure how long the additional stockpile booster length of the ally lasts. The issue is that industry stockpiles in particular are affected by the luxury. Yeah, I know. It's not the duration as much. It produces an industry stockpile, ends up providing more industry fiber far than it costs to create. So much that it has the effect allowing industry stockpiles to produce more stockpiles and then some bonus industry. It goes a bit crazy. I see. Removing ruins is certainly possible. I kind of like being them since the ocean converted lakes can grow very big and I like to have some valuable stuff in them. Honestly, I would prefer that over the rare unsolvable quest. However, it may also be possible to just take large.
Hello viewers, and welcome back to Alaya on Endless. The Spectre of War is once again at the door. And by the way, we're gonna reload the last turn's autosave. I just wanted to show you this real quick. Look at this! As soon as I loaded the game up, this guy moved from the spot he was in over to here. So that confirms that yes, indeed, when you load a game, all of the AI's units have all of their movement points back. Because this guy had already moved up to our border during turn 46 during the last video, and then reloading gave him his full complement of move back. So we're gonna load, and then reloading gave him his full complement of move back. So we're gonna
he's not playing on community patch, but I think the new
46
new one he plays is on community patch.
It's not really a both. I said three things. Well, let's not do it now. Let's finish the books.
He's still playing on the hardest difficulty, endless difficulty.
You guys have got it. Let's say hello to these guys go for him. Right, but that's because Driders are terrible. That's really all that's about. Alright, turn 5. We've definitely got her. So we need to start in on these guys who are far away. If we want to have a chance of... Hello, viewers. I'm SP. What's up? I sure hope we'll eventually have 45 science output. Activate 2 boosters to prove your wisdom and power. We would... Hello. I don't really know what your move is. I guess just step outside of this region for the moment.
It's another city, right? There's 2 cities.
Probably this way. And of course, they bought it out the turn before we finished it because spite. How did they know? They always know. Is how. Well, that's supremely annoying. I think that we probably ought to build a settler here very quickly, actually. Really looking at the situation. Because we have enough money to hire a governor immediately. Really looking at what we would do with our ocean regions, honestly. We'll see there. We haven't enough. There we move toward a war footing. You know, it's not a bad idea, actually. Oh, sorry, no. War footing. You know, it's not a bad idea, actually.
One. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Actually, oh, sorry. Yeah. Rough. The AI buying out a wonder on the last turn that they could do so is incredibly common on this difficulty, and I imagine will even be more common on the last turn that they buying out a wonder on the last turn that they could do so is incredibly common on this difficulty, and I imagine will even be more common on the next one up. And it's just super frustrating. It feels the most worst every single time it happens. Really, really sucks. All right, well, we'll get this settled out, and then we'll figure out. Makes a lot of sense. I'm sure it doesn't actually work that way. Blue with the 30 units. On the border of a
How many?
place we're not in. Oh no, that's actually very bad. Well, shit. So here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it actually is going to matter whether that means I leave in 2 turns or I leave after 2 turns, because we lost just enough movement to not make the.
Oh wait. He has 3 cities at turn 50. But this guy's not a specialist in every class, yeah. He's good, but he's not a
Should we just
specialist.
attack them? I'm not at peace. Life really simple for blue here. Uh-oh. Hello, view.
These are 4 cities, right? 4 cities and 3 ocean regions. The more villages you have, the cheaper the manufacturer units gets. Wait. The more villages you have, the cheaper the manufacturer. The more villages you have, the cheaper the manufacturing unit gets. What? I didn't know that. Manufacturing villages. Load. Endless ledger. What did I write? Endless load. think it is worth noting that you should pacify villages and regions that you are sure that other factions are going to be. This one, this. Was allowed because the settler had a path through to the other side of your territory. This unit can't target movement to a tile in your territory that turn, but if they target past your territory in that turn, they can execute that move. I see. How does it say? Oh, that's cultist. Never mind. He only has 4 cities.
Because we're living high off of our Gosh, it looks like Red's gonna declare war on me soon. That's a concern. Are you still pals? You are not still pals. Oh, interesting. But what if declaration of war on blue in exchange for I'm declaration of war on blue? No, not even a little. Okay, maybe. Seems bad though. Blood crystal. Can we buy grass silk? I should. I have more turns so that I can actually get control of Chaka right now. Oh shoot! Right, I spent this because I was like, hey, we need that for we need that approval. But I should absolutely have spent the blood crystal. Can we buy grass silk? Yes. Chaka, we're going to back. So that is going to be it for us for today. And thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're going to get control of Chaka. We're going to... Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where today we had better figure out a way to make some progress on this faction quest, because if we don't, I'm pretty sure we are well and truly doomed. I think that before we get into that though, before we actually play any Endless Legend, we gotta deal with some other business here really quickly. So it is unfortunately, the 22nd of January, as I am saying this, at least here in the place where I am saying it. Which means that I have sort of narrowly missed it. But every year in January, Amplitude, the studio that makes the Endless games and also Humankind, does a little celebration that they call Amplified, and it comes with some like little in-game holidays. They do some giveaways. They did some cool stuff. Yep, and they have launched it. Yep, and they have launched an attack on the capital that we cannot defend against. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and scoop out here. That plus purple plus red, I mean... Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Endless Legend for another shot. Another shot at this. This time where things go better than they did... Hello, viewers. Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Endless Legend for another shot. Another shot at this. This time where things go better than they did the last time. We started next to a semi-active, I would describe it as a semi-active volcano, and I have some feelings about that, but honestly, like, it's not too bad. These towns are receiving extra industry from the lava flow, and access to an active lava flow does give us... There's some potential there. There's some things we can do with that. I will say that my initial thought here is that this looks like the settle. We get a lot of tiles that have 4 resources on them, and then also the igloo larvae, which obviously is very good. But if we put the city here, we're going to have units burning themselves constantly until we build out a little bit. So let's look around before we go making any hard decisions. Theramanya here says hello. And we can see that we have a ruin this away. So let's go... Okay, apparently we are at the very southern border of the world. Let's go have a look
Oops.
at that. Why, it's a legend. Then we attack. Up here on land. Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where we are now in the perhaps unenviable position of having to try to figure out how we're going to wipe a player out with just Seekers and no strategic resources. We
No
don't have the,
strategics? Oh no, he does have strategics.
strategic weapon technology, but even if we did, 15 titanium with no income and no glass steel at all leaves us in a really awkward place for fighting.
Ally always have a rough time during Ally are better with more space and more time. No, I read some tips. That's why I want to figure out Ally, man. That's the thing I'm trying to do. Both because yeah.
Hello, ladies. And gentlemen, I am Ponchasu. And welcome to First Stance Guide for the Ally, a race that has been added in the recently released Shifters expansion for obviously Endless Legend. Now, those guys will get a full-on playthrough from me in a few days, hopefully. However, I'm not willing to announce the start date of this guide just yet. For this time, however, I will just focus obviously on the start game as I always have. Now, the one thing that is a little bit tricky is the fact that I will need to try and explain Shifters a little bit and its mechanics without going into too deep because I want this guide to be fairly bite-sized. So there will be some things I might not cover about the expansion itself, as I will mostly and almost entirely in fact focus on the early game of the Ally. I'll just mention that the Ally are a fairly interesting faction in the fact that they are supposed to be played as a total empire. If we have a quick look at them, they have the Weak Few trait, which means that it nukes their expansion approval, meaning that once they settle the second city, that's minus 25 expansion approval, a huge amount. Third city, that's minus 50, so unless you do something new, all of your cities will be in rebellion by the point when you have a third city. Sounds bad, but I know how to counter this pretty easily in fact. So there's that thing, and in general, you also have a very limited access to a very limited resource, that resource being the pearls, something that has been added in this very expansion, and the Ally are focused very heavily on pearls. They use them for almost everything, and they need those. So even if you somehow were able to create a wide empire, you wouldn't be able to use, to make it very efficient because you wouldn't be able to use as many pearls perhaps. However, when it comes to how I play them, well, you know me, I like fast expanding and I like being fairly wide, so in my opinion, in order to win an Ally game, you need to have at the very least 5 cities. 5 cities will get you to a state where you're competitive against any other empire, because you have very efficient things like, for example, your border streets give you plus 2 fitzy, and I do mean fitzy, so plus 2 to everything, which is very, very nice indeed. You also have a very easy and very powerful quest line, so in general, you are a pretty good faction, but you need to get going pretty easily, pretty quickly as well. You need to have 3 cities as quickly as possible, 4th city by the beginning of mid-game, and 5th city hopefully not too long afterwards. And then you're good. If you don't have that, you're dead. You're not the cultists, you can't delay on your city production at all. So, with that in mind, let's speak about, and then you're good. If you don't have that, you're dead. You're not the cultists, you can't delay on as possible, 4th city by the beginning of mid-game, and 5th city hopefully not too long afterwards. And then you're good. If you don't have that, you're dead. You're not the cultists, you can't delay on your city production at all. So, with that in mind, let's speak about what we do when we settle. Now, the Ally have a few things that they need in order to be able to win, in order to deal with their Withers of Few traits. So, when we talk about Withers of Few, let's talk about 2 things. One is the growth. 2 is the expansion of the first. Let's focus on the growth actually. So the growth means that you have less population in your cities because it takes twice as much food to grow your population. So what it means is that you more heavily rely on the population you can get from manufacturing villages. And the thing about your starting region is that in your starting region you always have exactly 1 manufacturing village. In this case, it's the Letters village right there. which is of course problematic for you because you don't want to have as many as possible, especially since one of the packs you can unlock through pals is this one, which gives you +1 population for each classified village. So you preferably want to settle in a region where there are 3 manufactured villages. Doing so will in fact allow you to have a village. So you preferably want to settle in a region where there are 3 manufactured villages. Doing so will in fact allow you to have pretty to have a pretty decent amount of population in them. And that's very important for you, obviously. But the second part of which doesn't feel is, of course, the disapproval thing. Which sounds horrible in theory, but when you think about it, it's not that bad. Because, have a quick look-see. First of all, the sewer system, that's masculinity approval. Next, any kind of anomaly. Let's see, do we have an anomaly like this card so far? It doesn't look like we do amusingly enough when I'm back. Ah, no, we do. Hot prairie, spy rock there we go. So this one gives you +10 approval. So approval from this anomaly, plus approval from the sewer system, that's 30 approval. 30 approval, and minus 50 approval for expansion disapproval. That will just lower your approval from 60 to 40. That's still content. So you just need this technology and 1 positive approval anomaly, and you're good. And you're not unhappy or at strike. So it's really...
There was one, yeah, this one. 8 years old is... There was one, like I read a really long... Ah, this one I think, yeah. This guy wrote a really long fucking guide. And it was very good one. He wrote a lot of good things. Mm. Concentration. Easier defense. Tactical training. Neutrals will take them. The remote's pulling like something for the raising bonus. Where did I click? Monks. Monks are something I didn't get. Apparently monks are very strong. Okay. What did I want to see? I wanted to Google something. I forgot. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Santa's face. A top Russian player, Rais Sure. Sure. Yeah. Casey Hast. Rice, if you're there, is this the guide you were reading? Because a lot of the things are similar to what you were saying. This could be it's something we could try, making it large, the region size. But this game speed fast. I mean, I'll play on game speed fast and see how it is. I'll play it and figure it in if it feels good or not. Oh, I saw the big Drow Ranger, huh? Will lower resources on land regions. Fortresses will not lower resources. Maybe this is what's happening. Yeah, world balance activates the classic. I need to shit.